Hi, I'm Senior Technology Editor Jason Perlow, and I'm here to show you my office. So you want to see the room where it happens? Well, here it is. As you walk in, you got Marilyn Monroe. I used to have her kind of just sort of like sit on the back, but I just recently hung it because my wife insisted that the office looked too cluttered with like just pictures and stuff lying on the floor and junk. So we hung it up. All right. So here's the 360, right? Look, it's a home office. I mean, like, what were you expecting? The bridge of the, Starship Enterprise or something? No, this is how real writers actually work. Yeah, real writers work in cluttered rooms, right, with junk on the floor, old computers, and scuffed up furniture. You know, comfy chairs. All right, I do want to say this: if you're going to work in your office, you need a good office chair. This is a Herman Miller Aeron. It might be the most expensive thing in the office next to the actual MacBook sitting here. Because brand new, they're probably, I don't know, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. You can get them used from different office supply stores that have them reconditioned. I think I got this one online for about $400. It is worth every penny. Trust me on this when I tell you that the chair is like super, super important, okay? So if you get one piece of advice, get a good office chair. Let's look at the desk itself. Now, this is not a particularly high-tech desk, but it is a very big desk. Now, these are one file cabinet, another file cabinet. This, in fact, the top of this is a door. It is an actual door put on top of two filing cabinets so that I can accommodate two 27-inch monitors on this desk on a swing arm.
I made that.
Rachel designed it.
I made that.
Rachel made that. Okay. Yeah. So this is typical, right? Usually I have a lot more crumbs and junk because I eat on this desk.
Vacuumed.
I vacuumed it. So you got your MacBook Pro 16-inch current generation, more or less current generation. It's basically acting as a CPU for the monitors and keyboard. We've got a bit of a wire mess here because I'm always plugging stuff in and out. But this is a what you would call it, a call digit TS3, which has got full gigabit Ethernet support. It's got fire, whatever the hell you call it, well, Thunderbolt capability. It also has FireWire as well. I usually have a couple of different headsets on the desk. I'm playing with it anytime. I'm currently evaluating a bunch. This is the Jabra Evolve 285 active noise canceling headset. It's about $400. I think it's probably worth every penny. It's an excellent office noise isolation headphone. I have one here that's for DECT. I think it's 900 something on megahertz. I don't know, for entire home wandering. Because if you use Bluetooth, it gets disconnected through the wall. I lose coverage immediately. This is an IP phone made by Cisco. When I need to make landline calls, it's jacked into the gigabit Ethernet here, which if you go through that wall, you've got a wiring closet with all my fiber optic stuff coming in from the street and my routers and switches and all that junk. None of it is particularly interesting to look at because it's a bit of a wiring mess. On the floor, we have my UPS. We got my PC server here. Currently runs Windows. I'll probably put Linux on it soon. I don't know. I don't do a lot of system admin type stuff anymore, but it's fun to play with on occasion. Got my Windows PC here for the times when I need to have a Windows PC. I've turned into a completely Mac user over the years, just because as a writer, I find the Mac to be an easier tool to work with in general, but I can switch back to Windows anytime I really want to. This library thing here is just absolutely filled with old junk. I got camera lenses here, lots of different cell phone cases from I don't know how many generations, but every single time I get a new iPhone, I get like a bunch of new cases to evaluate. Got some books here from my old networking days, all the Cisco CCIE stuff for being a Cisco network engineer back in the day when I actually had a telnet into routers and actually, change stuff back in the good old days when I was on Wall Street. So there's a lot of junk in here. I just keep random stuff. The cases I usually dispose of every year when I have friends that get new iPhones and Androids. I want to make sure that that they're all covered. I cannot stand it when people use a cell phone without a case. I got all my old iPhone boxes here. I keep them, even though Apple doesn't ask for them. You know, who never knows if I ever got to give a phone or something to somebody. I want to make sure I have the original packaging for it. These are all my sport jackets and slacks and stuff for doing computer consulting, which I don't use anymore because I don't travel anymore. I've been a professional writer for the last 3 or 4 years. I mean, I've always been a professional writer for the last 25, 30 years, but my main gig used to be as a systems consultant, and I don't do systems consulting anymore, so I only do writing now. And I have on the floor various travel bags and valises. I've got a whole bunch of more travel bags here, more cases and junk. I got my, of course, as you know, the cable collection, right? Everybody has the box of wires. Now, I have since downsized my boxes of wires. I now primarily have stuff for the cell phones. I got spare USB lightning cables because, as we know, they all go bad very quickly. I got spare chargers, all that stuff, just in case. We've got my Sonos here for playing tunes. It's probably a little bit too big for this office, but originally I was using it in my living room, and I decided to move it when I got the Sonos Beam instead, so now it just plays tunes. That's the play bar. I don't think I'm going to get the Sonos Arc because it's ridiculously expensive, and I kind of find no need for it in my household. We got our artwork here because, you know, we got she's been featured in many ZDNet Jason Squared videos. We got Marilyn Monroe. I just hung her up today. And this is one of my favorite photos. This is the Soviet Air Force recruitment brochure. It's propaganda, obviously. These are two Su-20 Sukhoi Su-27 fighter interceptors and an Air Force pilot. I think it's particularly cool. I like aviation photographs. I like aviation pictures. And the house has different travel and aviation posters from, you know, various different ages that we like to collect. And this is one of the first mentions of me in the mainstream press, probably back in the early 1990s. As I can see, that's NT4 there. So it looks like it's 1996 or something like that. As you can see me in there with a full set of hair, or mostly full set of hair, with a beard, and, you know, that closely trimmed beard, and, you know, Wall Street attire, you know, with my power suspenders and big watch, and my coffee cup. Back in the days when I used to do consulting in the World Trade Center, as a matter of fact. So these were the days when not shortly after when Rachel and I first got married, is when this article came out in the Bergen Record in New Jersey. In any case, this is the office. This is where it all happens. No, it's not a particularly exciting office. It's not as cool looking as I'm sure as David Gewirtz's looks like. You know, with, like, you know, laser printers and, you know, 3D fabrication machines and laser cutters and all kinds of crap. This is a writer's office. That's all that happens in here is writing. I don't even game in here. This is where I work, right? So, in any case, now you've seen it. The office. So you've seen the office, but this is really where all the thought processes actually take place when I'm thinking of articles. This is my patio. When you live in South Florida, you really got to have a nice outdoor space just for chilling out. As you can see here, I've got, you know, got my couple of different things here for outdoor cooking. Got my air fryers here so they don't heat up the house. Food dehydrator for making beef jerky. You can see here I've got all my stuff for everything, just for chilling out, right? These days, you gotta have chill out time. If you don't have chill out time, life is not worth it. You don't want to sit in your office all day long. That's just no fun. And when the evening is done, we got the outdoor jacuzzi. Very important place for thinking up articles. In any case, Jason Perlow, ZDNet Tech Broiler, signing off.